Chelsea Football Club, please tell me Wesley Fofana's not injured again. The heavily strapped knee is giving me a mini panic attacks because the reality is he has had such a great start to the season. He's even doing a job at right back. He's going out of his comfort zone, and then I saw him go down and I was panicking. And the reality is, at the end of the game, I don't like that strapping. We're going to talk about it. Then I'm going to talk about Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca made one bad boy quote where I sat up and I said, we've got our Thomas Tuchel, we got our Jose Mourinho, we even have our Antonio Conte. Because the way he spoke about it tells me two things. Number one, this is his team. Number two, the ownership have his back, because two actions told me that from yesterday's game, and I'm going to tell you what it is. And finally, Chelsea are in a position right now where we have not been for 2 years. We are in a place where the fans are happy, the players are happy, the board is happy, and we're moving in the right direction. I'm going to talk about what the realistic targets are for Chelsea this year, where we are compared to last year, and what we can actually achieve. We need to be positive, we need to back the boys, and we need to believe in the team. Let's get started, alright? But before we get started, the first thing you do when you wake up, you wash your face. Put a little bit of water, make sure all the dirt is out. First thing you do to the Kavkas View when you come, you hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes a long way. But before we get started as well, subscribe if you're new. Let's go. Wesley Fofana did not have the best game yesterday. And the reason he didn't have the best game yesterday was because you don't play centre-backs at right-back and expect them to be guns blazing, trail blazing, eyebrow raising. I'm going to be the second generation Cafu. No, you don't. You expect him to basically do a solid job. And that's exactly what he did against Somerville. Somerville is a young, exciting player. He's direct, he's energetic, he's skillful, technically graceful, and he gave Fofana a little bit of a runaround. When Fofana went down in the first half, when I tell you my heart sunk, I was like, oh, not this again, please. I was literally praying. Genuinely, I was like praying. I had my hands together. I was praying for his health, not because, oh my God, Chelsea need it, because I can't imagine what psychologically is going through that guy's head. This guy has had injury after injury, injury after injury, and we've got no confirmation whether he was actually injured enough and that's why he was taken off, or it's because of the yellow card he was taken. However, at the end of the game, something happened that got me a little bit worried, and until I get further confirmation, I am going to be worried. I do not want to see him on Tuesday when I go to Stamford Bridge for the Barrow game. I do not want to see him. I'm going to the game. Wesley, I don't even want you in the stadium. Brother, rest your knee, please. I need you back for next week against Brighton. Do not attend the stadium. He was heavily strapped on his knee, and yes, he was walking around, but he was heavily limping. I am worried. People are going to say, why are you worried? Bro, this is a £62 million centre-half. This is a player that has had a year out. He's coming back and his level is top. Yes, he's making mistakes here, but then he's giving us performances where it's top. The way what's it called, Maresca says, top. It's top. Like, everything about his performances recently has been top. The way he carries the ball, the way he releases it, the way he's aggressive. He is a good defender. Yes, he's going to make mistakes here and there, but that's just part of the game. The way he plays, the little bit of like a percentage of lack of sharpness, if he's late, he's gonna look like he's foolish. But the reality is we're in a good position. We need to back him. I hope we back him, and I hope he recovers and he's not injured. On to the next part. So what happened yesterday with the ownership group was very interesting, because we saw Badad Egbali and Todd Bowley sitting there, both got their little coffees in their hands. You know, they want their low Todd, their love Baghdad. How you doing, keys? I'm fine. Oh, what are we doing today? We're watching the Chelsea. Oh, look at us, proper football lads. Oh, soccer, here we go. But the reality is, cameras picked them up, and I think that was a PR play from the club, basically to identify, look, they are on talking terms. This whole myth that they're not getting along is rubbish. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. When you have a business and there's powerful men in charge, or women, that have a lot of money and have been successful in their own fields, each one of them have an ego. Each one of them think, I know how to do best. Listen, brother, I don't become a billionaire, yeah? Unless I have done some things right in my life. That doesn't work, right? You need to either know people that put you up there, or you need to be very successful in your own field. So both of them had that little PR stunt. But what was very nice for me to see, and this is a takeaway that I took away, this is where you come for the insight. Enzo Maresca is very secure in his job. He did two things yesterday that told me, hey, this man, hey, this is his team. I don't care what anybody says, he's doing it his way or the highway. Number one, it was he brought on Neto on that left wing. Mudryk won't play. And why is that a big deal? Well, Mudryk cost 62 million. That could go up to 80 million pounds, but who are we fooling? It ain't going up there, yeah? The reality is this fee at this moment in time could be under past ownerships at different clubs a big influence to why Mudryk has to play. Look, he's an asset that we need to make work. It's a PR madness. It's money down the drain. We need to save him somehow. Nope. Enzo Maresca said, we're here in the business of winning points. We're here in the business of Chelsea seeing out games. Yes, we're 2-0 up. I'm not risking it. Mudryk, stay on the bench. Neto, you're my right-sided option. You're doing me a job on the left, geezer. Get out there, Pedrito. Do your job. Vamos, caralho. However, now he's gone out there, and that was, for me, very eye-opening. The second thing was brilliant. It was in a press conference with Joe Cole and I think the other BT Sport team. And he stood there and they formed the question like, oh, the players are really buying in. And this, for me, just said everything. Well, obviously, they're going to buy. Of course, they're buying in. If they don't buy in, they don't play. Oi, that line right there is brilliant because that tells you I'm Big Daddy in this house. I'm the president. I'm the emperor. I'm the chief. In this house, I am Michael Jackson. That's what he said. He literally went out there with that rush hour vibe of Chris Tucker when he's in the car driving there with the radio on. And for me, I absolutely love that because you need a manager that believes A, in his system. Number two is in charge and in control. All the top managers have this. Right, all the top managers in and around the Premier League in historical or current day have this. Pep Guardiola came in, Joe Hart, you ain't playing, I'm in charge. Jose Mourinho comes in, makes examples of numerous players, consistently done it. Antonio Conte came in, did it with his players. Maurizio Sarri came in, did it to Gary Cahill. People gonna say, oh, Sarri wasn't a top manager. What are you talking about? Sarri led the Napoli team to record points regularly, then at the same time came to Chelsea, got to a cup final and won a Europa League. Then he got them top four when people said it wasn't possible, changed the whole philosophy, went across to Juventus, won a league title, and Juventus ain't been nothing since. So Sarri was a good manager. So the reality is managers that make big statements and stand on it, stand on business, I love. And for me, this is great news. We've got one in Enzo Maresca. It almost reminded me of when Arteta excluded Ozil and then he excluded Lacazette. Then he did the same to Aubameyang. I'm doing it my way. I've got the full backing of the people upstairs. Go and complain. It ain't gonna work because they back me. And this is what tells me that ownership is not getting involved with on-pitch issues. What I love about doing this is one, I get to talk about the club I love. And two, I get to make predictions and I get to see how people interact with me after those predictions. I said, I believe our team is capable of getting third, optimistically, but we're getting top four. I got cooked. People told me we're finishing mid-table. People told me we're rubbish. People told me we're not good enough. There's not enough talent. I promise we have no talent. People told me that. I promise you we have a lot of talent. We have unbelievable amounts of talent. We've got unbelievable amounts of potential and we could be a great team. Let me just tell you, game week 5 last year, comparison to this year, under the Maurizio Pochettino effect, right? Because all of you told me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I heard this a lot, and a lot of you actually not all of you, a lot of people backed me because our community is very smart. We're not reactionary. Those 5 games didn't confuse us. After 5 games, after 5 games at the start of the season last year, Poch had 5 points. Maresca's got 10. Okay, no problem. Poch scored 5 goals. Maresca's team scored 11. All of a sudden, there's a 6-goal difference there. Then, we conceded 5 under Poch, 5 under Maresca. Guys, we are going in the right direction. We are a team that is treading in the right direction. The big thing for us now is not to get complacent, and second of all, Brighton and Forest. If we get 6 points from them, I'm gonna say something. Please listen to what I'm saying. Don't yell at me, don't shout. This is what I said at the back end of the video, so you don't call me deluded. If we get 6 points from the next 2 games and we end up on 16 points going into the international break with 16 points out of 21, I'm gonna say we are in a title race. And people are gonna say, Alex, you're deluded. No, I am not saying we're going to win the title. I am not going to say we're favourites for the title. I'm not even going to say we're second favourites for the title. But I will say we're in a title. Because if you go in your first 7 games and win 5 of them, draw 1 and lose 1, you're in a title race. You will have the capabilities to compete if you keep putting those performances on. And then we have the litmus test. I think then we're going to have Newcastle, Liverpool, United, and Aston Villa, I think, in 4 consecutive games. At the end of that tenure, we are going to know whether we are in a title race definitively or we are in a top 4 race. So please, Listen to what I said. If we win the next 2 games, we are in a title race. It is what it is. Hit the like button if you support the channel. Hit the dislike button if you don't like the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. And remember, keep that blue flag flying high, because the reality is I'm going to the bridge on Tuesday. I am absolutely buzzing. It's been like 18 months since I last went. Can't wait to go. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day. By the way, do you lot want a vlog? I don't think you do. I genuinely don't. I think there's a lot of talented YouTubers that do vlogs at Chelsea. I don't think you lot want one from me. One more thing, if you don't want to go check out the match review from yesterday's game, where I go into the detail talking about Chelsea 3-0 victory against West Ham. Make sure you check it out. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.